Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Big motherfucking Tink.
Tink is here. Welcome, Tink.
Good morning.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, y'all. I'm feeling refreshed.
Why you dropping Winter's Diaries 5s in the summer for people to cry to all summer long? They're supposed to be outside having a good time.
Yes. My ladies need it. Listen, my ladies need it. You know, Winter's Diary can drop in the spring, the summer, the winter. You know, when it comes, it's just that type of music. It can drop anytime.
Absolutely. How are you, first of all, though?
I'm well, Charlamagne. Thank you for asking.
Still on the road?
Still on the road.
Jhené Aiko?
Yes, I'm excited, y'all. I'm on tour right now with Jhené Aiko, the Magic Hour Tour. And that's been such a vibe, such a blessing to be opening for my favorite artist.
I didn't know Jhené was your favorite artist?
Of course,
Okay.
of course. R&B girls know Jhené is the blueprint. But this is an arena tour, so this is so big for me and my fans.
And it sells out. My daughter, when she loved it, she went to the Barclay show.
Yes,
It
okay,
was,
New York.
You, Coyle Ray, and Jhené, and she said it was just dope. She said it was just like a huge women empowerment show. It was just a vibe the whole night. She said she loved it.
Yes, I feel like all my ladies, we're getting our life every night on tour, and we releasing all that toxic energy. You know, we just feeling the vibes.
I need you to break something down for me. You just said Jhené Aiko is the blueprint for the R&B ladies. I never heard that. I want to break that down for me.
Yes. I grew up listening to Jhené Aiko back in her like mixtape days. This is before albums on YouTube or albums on Apple Music. Jhené paved a lot of the way for a lot of girls.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was it a sound or content? What was it?
The sound. I also think just the content, you know, the way she was approaching her music, stuff she was talking about. Her first record was called Wait No More. That kind of took me over. But yeah, Jhené, honestly, she does it for the girls.
Wow.
I didn't know Tink was on the show because I would have called Tink.
I knew she was on the show. But
I would have called Tink for tickets because I needed, my daughter wanted to go and I had to get tickets. And I was like, damn, I don't know anybody on the show, but I wish I know.
We're doing big things.
But I heard the show was amazing. Now we got to talk about your new mixtape, Winter's Diary 5.
I don't even like to call Winter's Diary mixtapes. These would be like albums. These would be like soundtracks to these young ladies' lives.
There's a lot of pain in that.
Yes, this is the first album of Winter's Diary. It started as a mixtape back in 2012. So you can imagine just how long it's been since I've released the Winter's Diary. My last one was in 2016. So this is the 5th edition of Winter's Diary. The girls that know me from Treat Me Like Somebody days.
Treat Me Like Somebody. That was Winter's Diary 1.
The original, authentic days, like I say, mixtape days. I feel like that's where my fan base really grew. So this is very special to my day one.
Are you still going through the pain now? Because we heard a lot of pain in them, 15, 16 songs you put out there?
Absolutely. And that's what it is. It's a diary, y'all. So this album is much different than the others. There's a lot of pain. There's a lot of storytelling and honesty. Things that I don't like to talk about all the time. And that's what makes it special. It's just raw and uncut. But I'm in a much better space. I wanted to wait to drop this album till now, till I could really...
So you got in that space?
Exactly, y'all, till I was in that space. Had to do some healing. Had to do some, like I say, refreshing of myself. And I feel so much better now that I'm able to drop it in a space where I'm not just angry and upset. It's more so like reflecting, and I'm teaching, and I'm trying to tell my girls what to do and not to do. And
now, was it a bunch of
relationships
or just one relationship? Because you said it since 2016. So was it a bunch of messed up relationships?
Yeah, I pull from everything, y'all. I pull from old relationships, new relationships, things I'm going through and sitting in at the moment. But this album, honestly, I feel like just me revealing what happened to me in the past year. So a lot of the stories are fresh, and that's why it's just so triggering. And I think, you know, we need that in R&B. I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything.
I put you in the same boat, Tink, as Mary J. Blige and Keisha Cole.
And that's heavy. Thank you, Charlamagne.
Sadly, you make the best music when you're going through something.
Sadly, it's crazy.
That's crazy, right? That crazy.
It's sad that when you hurt, you make some powerful music.
Absolutely. The best music to me comes from my pain. And I appreciate that market for me. I think the girls, we relate to it. You know what I mean? I'm not the artist that's trying to be bubblegum and You know, I'm not a pop artist. I come from Chicago, the streets of Chicago. So
The Queen of Chicago, G Herbo just called you.
Thank you, my brother. Yeah, my perspective is different, and that's why this album important, y'all. You know, I know it's girls in the trenches that's going through the same things that I've dealt with, and every day ain't sunny. So Winter's Diary is for my real ones.
I need to know what the studio session for songs about you was like. Was you and Summer together, drunk off tequila, venting about dude? Like, what was that about?
You know what? I wish we were. I actually sent her a couple of songs. Summer has a crazy schedule. I love my girl Summer Walker. She is a mom. You know what I mean? She's also an R&B artist, working, putting in work. So a lot of times artists, we have to send records through the email and we get on the phone and chop it up. So I recorded that record. I had 2 records. I sent her Stressing and Songs About You. She really liked Songs About You. And like I say, she sent it back. It was a very easy process with Summer. She's a girl's girl. So I just appreciate her. A lot of people try to pin us, you know, they try to compare us a lot, our music and our styles. So it was really, really dope to come together.
So what was the inspiration for that song? Was it an argument with somebody? Were you mad? Like, did you go straight to the studio? Did you let it simmer for a minute?
Oh yeah, it has to simmer. You know, the song is really about when you're in the club or wherever you are and you get in your bag, you might have a drink and you start thinking about one person.
Yeah, that nigga fucked up, man.
And it's always, you know, sometimes it's the toxic one, but it's always one person you call. And that's why that song really hits home, because it's summertime. We outside having our vibes, and it's always one person you want to go home with. You know what I mean?
Tell me, what was the Her record about? Like, what I want to know, what Her inspired that record. What did you say to the brother? What did you say to the brother that he goes, huh?
How
that
many
made
times
you be
did
like,
he say
oh,
huh?
hell no.
Huh is really triggering for me.
That's
I
not
think
funny.
all my ladies,
But it's funny.
It's not y'all.
It's
Don't
not
laugh.
funny. You're right.
Y'all
You're
laughing too hard.
You're right. You're right. That wasn't
No,
funny.
but my ladies understand, you know, these day and age, men are quick to, you know, huh?
What was the huh?
What?
Did you ask him where he was, or let me see your phone?
If you can hear.
If you hung, you can hear.
You can hear. You know, I like to be real in my music. That's what does it for me, when it's honest. And I was going through a period of time, I was asking questions. What's going on? What we doing? Where you at with it? And yeah, plain and simple is
Damn.
So yeah, that is home for a lot of women. Relationships, y'all. I feel like men, you know, it's very hard for y'all to be honest out here. So is a lot of times the response.
So here's the thing about sometime. I really might not have heard you.
That's a lie.
Charlamagne,
I'm
please.
just
That's
saying.
a lie. And you need a second to think about what your answer gonna be, so that gives you that little second.
Please, exactly, Envy.
That's what it is.
Well, you just out here
Exactly.
snitching. What's up with you?
We
yo?
changed. Black men don't
on.
cheat. We changed. We supposed to be
God
teaching you.
damn.
We done did that in our 20s.
He right. A lot of times y'all thinking about what you want to say. So yeah,
See,
you heard me.
See,
You heard me.
So let me ask. I gotta ask. So when it comes to all this, what kind of man is Tink looking for, right? Because you get sexy in here and you tell you know what you want a man to do to you sexually, but you also talk about all these toxic relationships. So it seems like you're looking for the toxic.
No, never. We running from the toxic this year, y'all. For me, it's really about being honest and true. I think in 2024, men are such liars.
Come on now. Don't do that to all
Men
of
are
us.
so quick to lie. So
Gotta say it, huh?
it's then boiled down to being honest. You know, I like a man that's secure in himself, knows what he wants, isn't afraid to vocalize that in the beginning. And for me, I'm from Chicago. I like a man that has, you know, just a strong demeanor. I love a stand-up guy. And like I say, y'all, be honest. A lot of girls just want somebody that's going to be real to them and not play with their feelings.
I feel like you've been searching for love for a long time, Tink. Like when I think about Winter's Diary 1.
Wait a minute,
For real.
Charlamagne.
Because it feels like the whole series is
I've been
you.
working all my life.
Okay.
I think I need to say that too. It's so hard to find love when you're really passionate in your career. So it may seem like I'm looking for love, but honestly, I'm just so grounded in my music. I don't have time to date, and I wish I did. So I just want to say that, like, I'm not looking for anything but a check.
But you are a lover, though.
I'm a lover, but I'm so focused on making it and succeeding, you know. So a lot of times love just falls to the wayside for me, and people don't know that. Like, my music is it can be very sappy sometimes, but in real life, emotion does not run me. I run my business.
Tink say I'm a whole thug.
Yeah, at times I have to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how this industry can be. I have a tough skin on me. So it may seem like that, like I'm yearning for love, but a lot of times, y'all, I am so focused on my next bag.
So why is that such a recurring theme then, just the yearning for love throughout the mixtapes and the albums?
I feel like I know what women want to hear. And in the past, my music has touched a lot of souls, so I got to cater to that. You know, I can't leave my women hanging. My music isn't about flashing money and jewelry and chains. It's about what they need, and I make sure that I remember that when I'm writing.
Now, with relationships, is it both of you guys? Because it takes two to tango, right? Is it just, are you kind of toxic too? Are you part of the problem?
Well, I think in general, everybody is capable of being toxic. We have days, but I'm such a person that gives grace, and I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm a very positive person. I'm peaceful. You know what I mean? Like, I love good vibrations.
Word.
So I may have a day. I think we all have our days. We all have a moment, but that is not how I enter a relationship, or that's not how I move in general. You know, for me, I want peace, y'all. I've been through so much in this industry, and if you know my story, you know I've just been through a lot of hardships. So absolutely not. I want somebody to bring me some peace. I have enough to struggle and deal with in life. So
I like the record Insane, because it shows the contrast between like physical and emotional detachment after a breakup, and you say I'm in love with a nigga that won't change. Can't promise that I'm all, because if he come calling, I'm already on my way. And that it's like Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results.
Come on.
Why was it necessary for you to talk about that aspect of it?
To me, I was just giving people both perspectives. You know what I mean? Like I say, it's a diary, so I had to be honest with myself. And a lot of these songs are stories. And there was a point in time where I was stuck to a person, and I think a lot of women have been there, especially when we're young. You know what I mean? We're comfortable. It feels good at the moment, and you don't realize until you step back, like, oh shit, I was really in something I shouldn't have been in. So that was me reflecting. You know what I mean? And I think, honestly, that's probably the best song that people really love on the album, because it's just honesty, you know?
Do you think guys be intentionally trying to fuck women over? Or do you think that, listen, there's guys, I might have the best intentions. I really like this woman, but then, you know, sometimes I just make irrational decisions.
You can say poor choices?
Poor choices.
Poor choices.
You know? Because I'm not trying to break your heart.
I think it's a bit of both. I think at a certain age, you know what you're doing. You know, at a certain point in your life, you know, we're not in high school or grammar school, so everything is a choice. You know what I mean? And for me, in 2024, it's just a toxic era. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it has to do with our influences and what we listening to, what we seeing on Instagram, and what we think is fly and cool to do. A lot of men, you know, they'll hurt a woman just because that's what their guys is doing. Or
that's real.
You know what I'm saying? They feeding off of what everybody else is on. So it's a choice. It's a choice. I don't think, you know, like I said, guys know what they doing.
I agree with that wholeheartedly, because, you know, I think that sometimes these dudes treat their homeboys better than they treat their girls, like the lady that you laying down with every night. Like, you'll be more loyal to your dude. You don't want to lie to your dude. You don't want to do your dude dirty, but you don't got no problem doing that to your woman.
God.
That's
Men
crazy.
know how to be loyal, and that's why I say it's a choice. Men know how to be loyal. They loyal to their members. They loyal to their guys. They loyal to their dog.
Their
you know
barber.
what I'm saying? Hello.
Their
They
barber.
Y'all know how to be loyal, and y'all know how to stick to one person. So, hey, it's a choice.
I agree.
Do you think it's also
That was
hard
deep.
dating somebody or being with somebody in the industry?
Oh, yes.
Because it's a total different. It's not an average life. It's more of a difficult life, and if you don't understand it, your insecurities take over.
Absolutely.
And that has a lot to do with it on both sides.
It's a lot harder. Like you say, you have to be secure, and it's so much temptation in this industry. You know, guys that are in the industry, they have a lot more to offer. So it's more women, and it's more DMs, and it's more, like I say, distractions, and everybody is accessible in the industry. So absolutely, it's 10 times harder. But that's why I say I wouldn't mind dating a regular guy.
You would date a nice, hardworking 9 to 5 brother?
I sure would. A hardworking, honest man.
Okay.
Would you date a guy in the industry again?
I'm not against it, but I'm open to everything. I think the industry, like I say, it plays a part. The industry just plays a part, like the distractions. So I would totally date a honest working man.
Okay, now let's get to it. Which one of these songs about Hitmaka? Is it Huh? Is it Stressing? Is it Bless Me, Don't Stress Me? Is it Lows and Highs? Which one?
Is it Hit a Lick?
Is it Make It Make Sense? Which one?
Charlamagne, listen, I feel like the entire album could relate to him or to any man. You know what I mean? I purposely waited to drop this album so that it wasn't 14 songs about one person. But in this situation, you know, if you know our history, we went through a lot of turmoil. So there's a bit of him in a lot of these records. And he knows that. We worked on the album together.
How was that?
And that process was different for me. It took a lot of maturity for me to get in that booth and for us to come to agreement on these songs. We had hard days where he had to walk out, and that's just what it is. I couldn't.
Did y'all have to have a conversation before? Because I mean, y'all were together. It, like you said, it was toxic at times, but y'all make great music with each other. Most people would have been like, "F that, I ain't working with him." You know, most women probably would have been like, "I can't see him again."
Facts.
But y'all were able to. How was that conversation, and who put that together? Where y'all said, "You know, let's squash this out and do this together."
Yeah, I had to take the emotion out of it, and we were already in a contract, so there were obligations, and that's what I think the world doesn't know. You know, we already had ties, and things were already in motion. So like I say, it took a lot of maturity to say, hey, I'm gonna go in this booth, I'm gonna do my best today. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I can give, if it's 10%, 20%, that's the best I can give. And you know, that's also why it did take some time, because I needed time away to get my mind together. I can't look at you today. I can't be around you listening to what you want to say right now. So I give God a lot of credit, y'all. Like, it took a lot for me to put this album out.
When did that happen? When did you make that call to be like, look, let's put the bullshit to the side and F you, F me, let's just make this album? How did that happen, and what was that call like? Did he call you? Did you call him? Was it management? Was it the label?
Yeah, he actually reached out to me. And it took for us to sit down and really have just a long conversation. I'm talking hours of talking. And it took maturity, you know, like most people would have threw the towel. I'm not speaking to you again. But I had to think about my career. I had to think about, like I say, I was in a contract already. So I had to put on my poker face and get in the field and, you know, do what wasn't popular at the time. It wasn't cool to say, hey, I'm going in the studio with Hitmaka today. So, you know, I had a lot of people dropping opinions in my ear, and I had to kind of just tunnel vision it and focus on the end goal. I want my album out. I want to have an album that feels elevated, and for that reason, I went ahead and we worked.
Did you say to yourself?
Is it true that he asked you for $2 million? Because he was mad that you wanted to go do a project independently? Well,
I will say that we did have a contract in place. The details of the contract are really personal, and that's where I was at fault at. You know, sometimes it's best to just lay low about details and things like that. But Hitmaka was paid, and I think that's fair to say. He knows it. And that's the reason I went forward, because if I'm putting my money and I'm investing into something, I need all of mine in return.
I was gonna ask, how was doing the album, because you got a lot of sexual songs, right?
Oh yeah.
And there's a lot of songs that very intimate, very sexy, puts you in that mood. Did y'all get to a point where it rekindled anything after going through all that at all?
No, I haven't been in that space with Hitmaka for a long time. And that's the gag that everybody doesn't know. Like, I've been so focused on the music, I don't have time to really even entertain him, or vice versa. You know, I think it's best that we keep things business, and the pleasure is what I think made things go left.
Because it's always that I want that old thing back on both sides.
Absolutely, but I had to learn. That was a learning lesson, and I think for me, that's the biggest gift. Like, every album, every year, I'm getting smarter.
That's right.
Like, hey, I know my next venture. I know what to look out for. I know when to say no, or I know when to hold back. So I needed to go through that. You know, I want other women to watch me and learn from my mistakes. You know, I'm here to be a lesson and a blessing. So I don't have any regrets. What happened happened. I'm stronger. I'm smarter. I feel like now I know just how to play.
Would you put your next relationship on the gram like this one was?
Absolutely not.
Because you guys, I mean,
no, thank you.
Y'all would just
please
Tink say
So when
something,
you get
he
this
say
nice-
something return.
So when you get this nice
No,
UPS
thanks.
guy, right? When you
Yeah.
you're not gonna put that on the gram.
Not I'm gonna post his arm. I'm gonna post the back of his head, or you know, I think privacy is so good. Privacy helps so much, y'all. When the world knows, it's an extra weight. So to my ladies, y'all, please save it for you. Keep it private. It's so much peace in privacy.
So when you said on Instagram that you were fighting so hard to release this album, was that the fight? Was that the only issue?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Just the battle with you know, people on the outside, you know what I'm saying, giving me their advice and you shouldn't be working with him, or you know what I'm saying, just scrap the album, start over. I had a lot of dark thoughts about the album that sometimes I had to, you know, I second guessed it, and hey, y'all, should we just go another route? Or you know, that's what I mean when I say I had to fight. I had to push through those, you know, those moments where you're not sure. And like I say, I really had to stand tall and just be strong and confident, even though the world, you know, might have had a different feeling at the time. I had to push through that.
What was the most, I don't want to say embarrassing, but what was the thing that came out that you weren't most proud of? I remember they said you put hands on him.
Of course. That honestly was the peak for me. If anybody knows me, y'all know I'm not even the internet type of person. I go live maybe twice a year. So to be live doing that, it did strike a nerve in me, because who I am as a person is so much better than that. And I'm very private, so it came as a shock. But I'm a real woman, and I want people to know that life is full of ups and downs.
Lows and highs.
Lows and highs. Thank you, Charlamagne. Thank you. That was perfect. But yeah, life is full of lows and highs, and I think it gave people just an insight of, you know, my reality. I'm not just a perfect person. I never want to come across like I'm perfect. So I don't regret it, but that was like a peak moment that I look back and I say I'm gonna learn from that and do better.
Last question about that. I just before you move on. The time when y'all, I think y'all were out the country and ran into each other. Were y'all recording at that time, or y'all would just happen to y'all were out the country, just happened to see each other, just like happenstance?
No, we just happened to see each other. I was there for my my friend's birthday, so I had no idea he was in the same country as me. We had no clue, and it was just ironic.
Did you look at that for a moment and be like, damn, this is divine. Maybe it's meant to be for a second, for a split second?
I mean, I guess so. I mean, it had to happen for me to learn. So maybe God was trying to pivot me. So like I say, it might have been divine timing so that I could see what was really happening in these streets.
Were y'all still talking at that time? Were y'all still trying to work it out, and he just happened to get with another girl?
Enough.
Yeah.
Enough. I can see her visibly upset.
Yeah, it's triggering, y'all.
Yes,
like
I can see you. I see your
love
hand
hard.
shaking.
I love hard, and people, you know, when you're really invested in somebody, you expect them to love the way that you love them. So it's a triggering situation, and I'm just glad that I'm in this space now. Like I say, y'all, I've grown so much. It's really, I want to put it behind me. And it's sad, like when you attach yourself to somebody, everything comes back up. Every interview is going to be a question. So I'm trying to move forward in the most peaceful way. I really do wish him the best. I hope he is, you know, I hope he's well. And I'm moving forward.
when you talk about the song Lows and Highs, have you healed from the things you say in that record? Because you say still up on my grind, can't get caught up in no feelings, trying to move forward, but my heart's still healing for real. But you've been getting colder by the days. Papa 30 for the pain. Are you out of that space?
I think anybody that goes through something traumatic, you can be out of a space, but there's moments where you'll have your days. So I'm healed, but hey, you know, tomorrow something, I might read something or I might see something that triggers me. I am so human, y'all. I don't have a filter on me, so I'm still healing. I'm in the process.
What put Tink in a happy space? What makes you happy? What makes you calm and relax? And
you know what makes me happy? Seeing my fans and actually touching my fans. When I'm on the road, I'm the most calmest, nicest. It gives me so much joy, y'all. Like when people relate to your music, come up to you and say, thank you, I needed that song. It makes everything worth it. And also just seeing my music elevate, y'all. This is my first time hitting #1.
Congratulations.
You know what I mean? That takes a lot for me. I'm an independent artist. I don't have a crazy backing force behind me. Everything is done with my team. And that means the most to me when you kind of see your work being paid off, because we work hard as women. We work so hard. And I don't want to say harder than guys, but I'm going to say it. We work 10 times harder than the guys just for a little piece of respect. So when you see your work being paid off, it's the ultimate, you know, joy.
I also think people don't realize how successful you are. Like, you a gold artist, you got gold plaques, you write for mad people, like you on tour, you just got a #1. Like, you got a very successful career, Tink.
No, I'm so blessed.
Platinum, oh yeah, you got platinum plaques too. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm so blessed. And it's just because I'm not super flashy, or I'm not on the gram trying to put it in their face every day. Yeah, I'm blessed, and I want people to know, like, it's cool to be humble. Everybody don't need to know, you know what I'm saying, your bank account. Like, I like to appeal to the trenches, and for me, you know, I want to be relatable forever. I don't want nobody to think like I ain't on your level. I'm with you, you know what I'm saying? So I'm humble with it.
I wonder how that works for you though in this era, because we are in an era where everybody cares about everything except for the music. Even though you're super successful just because of your music, they do want you to be live. They do want you to be posting pics. Like,
it's the gift and the curse. For me, I'm not distracted by that. Like, y'all, I get my joy from other things. Instagram does not run my life. And honestly, putting your business out on Instagram every day isn't even smart anymore. People are pocket watchers. They're envious. They're haters. You have a lot of people that will try to come around you for the wrong reasons, and I want everything genuine. So I don't mind playing the humble route. It's working for me. Like I say, I'm blessed, and that's what it is. You know, I don't need approval from nobody.
Do you feel like people don't see the work that you put in or look past you, right? Because the way you came in the game, you came in so strong, right?
Yeah.
And it was like, I mean, you did damn near everything. You didn't work with every artist you wanted to work with. You probably done written for every artist. You platinum, your gold. You're on tour, sold out arenas, by the way. And this is and when we say sold out, this ain't we just put the tarp on a third level. I mean, sold out. Yeah. So do you feel like people look past you at times?
I do. I won't lie and be like, no, I feel like I'm getting all my just due. There are a lot of days where I want to be included in the conversation, and for me, that is what keeps me working. Like, I'm not satisfied yet. I'm not throwing in a towel yet. I still got work to do. But in the last few years, y'all, honestly, I feel like the attention is there. My audience is growing. The flowers are being given. So I don't mind taking the stairs. You know what I'm saying? The hard work is giving me so much discipline. So when you do see me getting that Grammy or getting that award, you'll know it's really hard work. Nobody paid nobody to do this. You know what I mean? Nobody spoon-fed me this. I really worked my ass off to make it here. So I don't mind it. A lot of people come up, and it's just as quick as they come up. Right. You know, they can come down. That's so right. I'm not mad at my process. Every artist is different. You know, I'm a motivation for the girls just like me that ain't running around trying to make it in one day. You know, like, let's persevere, y'all. Let's put the work in. I don't mind.
That's why I was tripping when you said that about Jhené Aiko, because I salute to Jhené Aiko. I just never heard anybody say that, but I know a generation of girls who look at you like that. Like, you see all of these girls, they be like, Tink that deal, and it's not even just, you know, fans. It's actual stars. Like, I've seen SZA say that. I've seen Cardi say that. Like, I've seen a bunch of people just give it up to you.
So much love. But Jhené was that for me. Early in the game, when Jhené was, you know, first dropping music, it's not like she was just everywhere on every radio station, but her music resonated. So that's how I feel about my music. It's not about a look, an image. It's about what touches you and reaches you. So that's why she's, to me, like the blueprint for me, because she never had to sell her soul. She never had to, you know, step out of her boundaries to get to where she at. So yeah, Jhené, she holds the flag for me.
Do you think
That's crazy, because all I think about, I mean, I love Jhené, but one of the biggest lines is "Got to eat the booty like groceries."
That's all you know.
So it's kind of like she made that, like, ass eating go up big in the community. You know what I mean?
Look at that influence. And that's what it's about, y'all. Influence, it can come in different ways.
Word.
Do you feel like the comparisons help or hurt, right? Because I think a lot of times we compare artists, and I think it hurts them. Like, because I remember when you first came out, they were like, she's the next Lauryn Hill, or she's the female Jay-Z. And it was like, why do we put those comparisons? Tink is Tink, and she's dope.
Absolutely. You know, it was too early, first of all, to even say something like that. I think it was a statement about Aaliyah, and like you say, Lauren. And when you have a lot of work to do, you know, people are going to jump on that, attack that. So let an artist be an artist. Everybody is different. I'm trying to be who God made me to be. Although I do get influence from them, I am certainly not the next Aaliyah. I am Tink. So yeah, that can definitely, you know, hurt a person's growth, because people will then compare their stats and their numbers, and then it's like, okay, well, she ain't making no progress, but in reality, you doing it on your own terms.
I agree, but more importantly, it's the feeling, right? Like, if somebody says she's the next Lauryn Hill, or she's like Aaliyah, we know how we felt when we heard those records.
Right.
So it's like, now I'm looking for that feeling. So the music might be good, but if it don't give me that feeling, I'm going to feel let down. But it can never give you that feeling, because you was at a whole different time in your life when you was on Lauryn, when you was on Aaliyah. This is Tink right now.
Right.
That's it.
Yep. Why do you keep the pencil writing in it? That's like your Lil Wayne lighter flick?
I love that. Yeah, it actually is. It's like the brand for Winter's Diary. My first mixtape, I came in with the pencil. So, you know, as soon as you hear the pencil, you know it's about to get real.
Pretty Girls. That feels like an affirmation song, encouraging women to just prioritize themselves and self-love over toxic relationships. Is that right?
Absolutely. That's why it's the last song. I wanted to leave my girls with an uplifting message. You know, after all the toxicity in the album, it's like, never forget who you are and don't settle for less. And you know what I mean? If a man doesn't see your worth, he gotta go. And I feel like that song resonates because as Black women, we want to be told we pretty, and we want to hear that we worth, you know, we worth something. So yes, pretty girls. We don't settle, we don't slip, we don't trip.
And you don't get on social a lot, but you clearly pay attention, because you got a lot of TikTokers on the album.
Yes,
you sample a lot of them.
Absolutely. I know the era we in. Social media is running the world right now, so I made sure to include some voice notes that I felt were impactful. But absolutely, I think TikTok, however I can reach you, I'm gonna reach you. If I gotta go the TikTok route, if I have to, you know, if I have to come see you on tour in person, you know, however I can reach my girls, I'm gonna get there.
And you asked on Instagram, you asked people which Winter's Diary was their favorite.
Yes.
So people, we gotta ask you, which one is your favorite? Which one resonates with you the most?
Come on, y'all, the 5, the number 5. I feel like this is such progression. You know, my early mixtapes, I was in the basement. Audio was clipped. It was a lot of static. I think this album is so polished, and it's so raw. You know, I tried to make sure that I made an album about all my phases. You know what I'm saying? The downs. There's the highs. There's the record player for my girls that like to get wild. It's such a, you know, just a well-cultivated album. I touched on everything in this one, so that's why it's going to be my favorite.
Is this the last one?
Never.
Oh, you want, okay.
I feel like I still have more to say. You know, they really been pressing me for a deluxe, so I got some more work to do. But it's never done for me. My story will never be done. I'm gonna take this to the grave, y'all. Like, I'm one of those artists. I feel like I got so much more in me. I'm just now touching that surface. So I'm excited, y'all. This is not my last Winter Diary.
So if you find love, which you will.
Yeah, absolutely.
Will the pen change? Will those songs be about? Will they be like the greatest love songs we ever heard?
Yeah, the pencil is still gonna be there.
Okay.
But I love to make love songs. My earlier Winter Diaries, there was so many love songs. H2O, I Like. That'll always be. So yes, they on the way. I just need some motivation. So somebody put me in that field, put me in that you know, that space.
Do you ever feel pressure? Because I ask guys this all the time. Like when guys make all these love-making records and they talk all this shit about what they gonna do and they get in the band. When you writing Grip Tight and H2O and all that, do you feel the pressure to live up to that?
I don't feel any pressure, but I will say, you know, it's definitely it gives people like something to look forward to. You know, because there are some songs on there that are freaky deaky. So I think it just it excites, you know, whoever I'm with. Not pressure for me, but I guess pressure for them to live up to what I'm on.
How often has the pressure busted the pipe fast?
I'm
Yo.
crying. What does that mean, Charlamagne?
What the hell was that?
It's too early.
Tink, new mixtape Winter Diary 5 is out right now. What song you want to hear, Tink?
Right now, I want to hear my new single, Songs About You, featuring
Summer
Walker.
We'll get that on. And I think we should get her on, too.
Who?
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Huh? Oh, Hun is fire. Hun is fire.
Let's get her on.
Hun is fire. Much love to Tink always, man. You know, Tink, I'm a fan for a long time.
Absolutely. I must say, Charlamagne has always been, as much shit people talk about Charlamagne, he is a good brother to me.
Thank you.
And I really want to commend you for always checking in on me outside of radio, music. I just appreciate that. There's not a lot of people in the industry that, you know, on a personal level, care. So I appreciate you, Charlamagne.
Thank you, Tink.
Yes.
All right. Well, it's the Breakfast Club. Tink, thank you so much.
Thank y'all. I love y'all.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.